Our next storyteller, many of you know him well, many of you may not, for those who are new in the room, but he has been a powerhouse of just energy in this community since the moment that he came along, and he's been a great brother and a dear friend, Ryan Burgess.
I love you, Travis Suit. Man, it's good to see a lot of some OGs here tonight, a lot of new faces, and some 2017s I see here in the house. But Travis, I want to say thank you for bringing this back. I remember back to my 2018, my first year of crossing, and the stories and the memories and the laughs, and it's something I will forever cherish. So thank you for bringing this back. So like Tatiana was saying earlier, like most, we got called to the crossing for the challenge, right? But yet we stay for the cause. Little did I know that crossing my first ocean back in 2018 would change my life forever. I realized right then and there that the 80 miles was bigger. It was a sense of courage and strength and determination. Much what like these CFers go through on a daily basis. I'm a 6-time crossing crusader, 5-time solo, 1-time 2-person relay, 4 years as the director and co-director of the mentorship program. And I say those numbers with pride because anybody that knows me knows how passionate I am about the Piper's Angels Foundation. I get asked all the time, why do you keep coming back for the crossing? Is this going to be your last year? My answer is always the same. I will continue to cross that ocean every single year until I physically can't. That's a promise I made to myself, Travis Suit, the community, Piper's Angels Foundation. Tonight I'm not here to tell you about any of my crazy stories and my crossings. I'm here to tell you about a young girl named Michaela Smith. Michaela Smith died at 21 years old from cystic fibrosis. A young girl that I don't even know and never met before. You talk about the why, and for me, that's it. It's the why. Staying rooted in the why. And Michaela Smith is my why. Her family started contacting me after my 2019 crossing. Her dad reached out to me, not knowing who this gentleman was. Was very appreciative about my crossings and following my journeys. Through those conversations, I got to learn about Michaela and her family and the struggles they've gone through with cystic fibrosis, the families that they are going through. And in 2020, Michaela Smith passed. And like Travis mentioned earlier, this is the first CF family that we've ever directly helped. 2020, her dad reaches out to me and says, Ryan, he wanted to meet me in person, and it was a little tough during COVID that time, but he wanted to have some memorabilia of the crossing for Michaela's burial. So I drove up to Port St. Lucie. I took the medal off my neck from the 2019 crossing and handed it to her dad. Her dad and her little brother were sitting there and telling stories and reminiscing about Michaela. And I just sat there and listened. That's all I could do. But I gave him my medal. I gave him my Iron Crusader coin. And I'll never forget, he went up to Michigan to go bury his 21-year-old daughter. And he sent me a picture of Michaela's picture frame with my crossing emblem, or my crossing medal and an Iron Crusader coin that is buried right now with Michaela Smith. Shortly after that, That was 2020. Fast forward to 2021. Travis calls me up. We're in Bimini, right? And if you've ever been to the pool parties, you know everybody's there. And Travis calls me up. He said, Ryan, I wanted to give you something that was given to me by Michaela's parents. It was a bracelet. Michaela made a handmade bracelet, and little did she know that it would be for me at that time. And he handed me that bracelet from his family, from Chris and Lisa. And I wore it. I wore it on my wrist that year, and if anybody crossed in 21, you know how big it was. And that was my driving force that year. That was my why. And I never took that bracelet off until I was surfing in Costa Rica at Witch's Rock the following year. I got done with a wave. Next thing I looked up, the bracelet was gone. Washed out to the ocean right where it belongs. It's funny how it comes back full circle. I needed that. I just want to end on this. I think it's important for everyone that finds their why. The Crossing for Cystic Fibrosis, is more than just an epic paddle challenge. It represents love. It represents community. It represents purpose. I'm fortunate enough to have found my why. And for the reason Michaela Smith, I will continue to paddle in her honor and everyone else battling this disease. Here's to 2025. Let's go.